Scoundrels Cantina in the chat says everything woke turns to shit. You're not wrong. And Scoundrels Cantina, that sentiment can be applied to DC Comics right now. 1000% can be applied to DC Comics. And the announcements that we have got regarding Superman of the past few days have been nothing short of astounding and really a complete and total annihilation and destruction of this character. And you can see Dean Cain tweeting out right here, I told you, DC Comics didn't ditch mention of the American way from Superman's motto. And that is indeed the truth. We're at the Daily Mail, so that means we're going to have literally a million ads. Look at this. Jay's Welcome to the Rebellion's on there. So they know I've been looking at 9line stuff. Look at that. Shout out Drunk 3PL. Go check out Welcome. $64. Holy cow. Go check out Welcome to the Rebellion. Now DC Comics ditches patriotic mention of the American way from Superman's motto days after revealing his son is bisexual. And of course, his son is Superman right now. John Kent is Earth's Superman right now. There's a reason that comic book run is called Superman, Son of Kal-El, because John is Earth's Superman. Whether these people want to admit it or not, whether you want to try to get around these things, that is Superman. Superman is now bisexual, as we've talked about several times. This image is seared into our brains of Superman kissing a pink-haired weirdo. Kissing a pink-haired weirdo. That's Superman. And of course, he's also protesting climate change, guys. Even though he probably has powers that could affect the climate, even though he knows people that has powers that could affect the climate, we're going to stand here, we're going to walk about it, because everybody that writes these books about these characters, they want to turn the characters into themselves. And since they are activists, they want to make superheroes activists because they think that they are the heroes of their own story. That's who's writing these things. That's why these things are happening. And now, Superman's motto used to be truth, justice, and the American way. But DC Comics has said they have a new mission statement: truth, justice, and a better tomorrow. And we're going to get into exactly what that means. DC Comics has ditched the mention of the American way from Superman's motto in favor of the superhero fighting for a better tomorrow. The 83-year-old character's long-standing adage to be truth, justice, and the American way, but the publisher said his new mission statement will be truth, justice, and a better tomorrow. They did not specifically address why they ditched America from the slogan, but instead maintained that they were focused on evolving to better reflect the storylines that we're telling across DC and to honor Superman's incredible legacy of over 80 years of building a better world. Superman's motto is evolving, says Jim Lee at DC Fandom. Superman has long been a symbol of hope who inspires people, and it is that optimism and hope that powers him forward with his new mission statement. A better tomorrow, right? A better tomorrow. That is the American way. That is what it is. So by deciding to move away from truth, justice, and the American way, you're inherently saying that you don't agree that the American way would lead to a better tomorrow. That is the fucking problem, right? Because these lunatics who are in charge of this, they don't want anything to fucking do with you. They want nothing to do with you if you love America. If you think that the American dream is worth striving for, if you have anything good to say about America, you are cancerous to them. They despise you. And I think what Dean Cain said about this entire situation just really hits the nail on the head, right? It really does. Because when he came out and his response to this gay Superman, bi Superman, whatever you want to fucking call John Kent now, and this virtue signal they did on coming out day for a couple extra Twitter hashtag trends, it's not brave. It's not unique. It's not special. It's just destruction of the character for destruction's sake. This is from Dean Cain. Woke Superman's mission is neither bold nor brave. DC Comics recently revealed that an upcoming title issued Superman, Son of Kal-El, the son of Lois and Clark, would be bisexual, and that he's going to fight real-world problems like climate change, that he'll protest the deportation of refugees and date a hacktivist. DC Comics is calling it a bold new direction, but I see nothing bold about it. I say they're jumping on the bandwagon, but they're fighting the wrong issues. There's a clear agenda here. It's globalist, it's anti-America, but it's not bold and it's not brave. Ironic, isn't it, that just a few days after this article comes out, just a few days, they drop the American way. As Dean King says that this is anti-American, DC proves that it is anti-American when it comes to Superman. Brave would have been to do this 30 years ago, or to depict Superman or John Kent fighting for the rights of gay people in Iran, where they'll throw you off a building for being suspected of homosexuality. And why doesn't Superman fight the injustices that created the refugees whose deportation he's protesting? Digging deep into those issues, that would be brave. That would be informative. I would read that comic book. Bold would be fighting for the rights of Afghan women to attend school and live free and go to work, and fighting for the rights of boys not to be raped by men under their supposedly new enlightened Taliban. Dean Cain hit the nail on the head, and he hit the nail on the head a few days before we got this fucking ridiculous announcement. And say what you will about Henry Cavill as Superman and Snyder's Man of Steel, they embraced the American aspect of it. They embraced it hard. Like the end of the scene, like, I'm from Kansas, General. That's about as American as you can get. And the entire themes as well that you saw play out in BVS, it inherently was about America and about the American way. Maybe how that was put on screen, you might have problems with. But now they are doing everything they can to completely and utterly distance themselves from that. I can't think of anything more distant than the traditional Superman than this, to be honest with you. And this is now Superman for DC Comics. They don't care about anything that came before. Let the past die. Kill it if you have to. And if you have a problem with it, you must just be a bigot. We don't want you buying our comics. If you don't like this, well, spoiler alert, DC, no one is going to buy your comics eventually. It's just going to continue to wither and die as you desperately try to get publicity for things like this in order to sell just a few more copies, instead of focusing on what you should be, honoring these characters, honoring their legacy, and giving the fans that are remaining what they want. Newsflash, it ain't this. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.